Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to live baseball here in Cocoa, Florida. Oilers dropped a tough one in the last game, 7-1. Here's the box score from that game. Findlay had one run on 4 hits and 2 errors. Missouri St. Louis had 7 runs, 9 hits, and only 1 error. It's Kyle and I's opinion that they threw out their ace the last game. He was humming at 92, 94. Lots of straight speed, and the Oilers just didn't have a chance to catch up to it. Starting lineups today, we're going to start with the visiting team in this game, Missouri St. Louis Tritons. Number 6, Beckwith, getting a start again today. He's playing right field. Batting second, number 20, Kinnaman. Batting third, number 7, Feith. Batting fourth, 26, Weaver. Batting fifth, 22, Mathis. Batting sixth, 23, Hellman. Batting seventh, number 9, Brinker. Batting eighth, number 11, Orlando. Batting ninth, number 5, Hoffman. And on the mound today for Game 2 of the doubleheader, number 15, McElderry. Defensively for your Oilers around the infield, Mason Mayberry is on the bump today, getting his second start of the season. Miguel Valdez behind home plate. Pete Burkett will be your first baseman in this game. Playing at second base is Evan Holler. Third base is Troy Merriman. Shortstop Evan Schrock, and left to right in your outfield, left field Pete Jorgen, center fielder Logan Hara, and right field senior John Schellenberger. Number 6, Beckwith, Jake Beckwith steps in, and we're ready to get fired. And the first pitch from Mayberry at 2:43 is ball 1. Swinging a foul tip into the glove there from Jake Beckwith. Count moves to 1-1. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the top of the first inning. It's the second pitch of the ball game. Oilers will be the home team in this game. It's a 7-inning game. It's a ground ball to the left side. It was a really odd bounce Troy Merriman's way that went through to Kevin Schrock. It was an odd bounce for Kevin Schrock. I'm going to have to refer to Kyle.
That's a base hit, Joe.
There you go. Kyle being pretty liberal with the rulings today. But we go to Findlay, so that happens.
Can't hardly call that an error. That's a tough play ranging to your left for Troy. Would have been an outstanding play and got a tough hop. And then the same tricky hop out there for Schrock. Really no play, so that's a leadoff single for the Tritons.
That brings up number 20, J.J. Kinnaman. In the last game, Kinnaman was 1 for 4 with a run scored. First pitch of the at-bat from Mason Mayberry to J.J. Kinnaman is a ball. Runner on first base here for the Tritons. Freshman third baseman Troy Merriman playing into the grass. For the Oilers here, they're infield at double play depth. Mayberry rocks and fires. The foul's going back to our direction. Goes back into the screen.
Joe, the Tritons sporting new tops in this ball game. Now wearing red.
Like Kyle said, red tops, white bottoms for the Tritons, along with red hats. The Oilers still decked out in their black tops, gray bottoms, and black hats. Ball inside there for Mason Mayberry. Kinnaman offered up at a bunt, pulled back in time.
Mason's last start came in the doubleheader season opener against Gannon. And in that contest, Mason went 5 1/3 inning, allowed 6 hits and 3 earned runs, struck out 3, but walked 4, which was the trouble in that game. And a little trouble early here as now the Tritons have runners on first and third after the error to Evan Holler at second base.
Yeah, that ball was hit right to evidence of play he should have made, but you can't assume those things on in baseball. That does put runners at first and third. 2 ground ball hits there for Mayberry, so he's getting the pitches that he wants them to hit, and they're hitting him to our guys. Just a couple fine bounces, but Tritons threatening early here.
You're right, Joe. Weak ground ball to lead off this game, and then there a ball that Holler should have recorded the out on, and so Two quick base runners for the Tritons spells early trouble here for the Oilers.
Now at the dish for the Tritons is Dylan Thief. Dylan's a 6'2" out of 6'2" senior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Kyle, where'd that pitch miss at?
Looks to be just a bit high, I'm guessing.
Ball 2 on the outside corner there from Mason Mayberry.
Mayberry mixing his pitches up early using a good mix of fastballs and sliders, and also the changeup he's used a couple of times here. So Mayberry mixing early, and he's going to need to do so to record an out here in the top of inning number 1.
That pitch there misses again from Mayberry, pushing the count to 3-0.
The hitter at the plate right now for the Tritons, Feith, was 0 for 4 in the game that just finished. Did strike out once in that contest.
Swing and a miss there from Feith. That's a good pitch from Mayberry. High in the zone for fastball. Got Feith to offer up.
It's a full count here, Joe. So early in this ball game, after a 7-1 win, Triton's confidence probably high. I would not be surprised to see Kinnavan at first off with the pitch.
Well, back to the right side of the press box here. We were not able to join us for game 1. Tritons had a little bit of speed on the base pass. They were not afraid to steal second base on some first and third plays. Worked perfectly executed for head coach for the Tritons, Jim Brady. Miguel Valdez did catch a great game for the Oilers behind the plate like he usually does. He was unable to throw anybody out.
And
Speaking of the devil, there goes the... Okay, well, folks, that was a strikeout. Miguel Valdez offered down the second base. Nice cutoff by Kevin Schrock, the shortstop there on a play that was designed by the Oilers. The runner did lead from third base. Throw home from Schrock was not in time, even though Miguel Valdez did apply a great tag there. Tritons taking an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Mayberry is already laboring.
yeah, not a tough one for the Oilers. Looked like they might have had the double play. The runner, Kinnavan, stealing second, could have had the out there, but chose to throw home instead. And that's a tough play when you're going from catcher to short back home before the runner has a chance to just run 90 feet. So only one away here and a run on the board early for the Tritons.
Like Kyle said, there's one down here in the inning. And the Tritons have a 1-0 lead. That play where the shortstop cuts off the throw is something Steve Farrell and his Oilers squad work a lot on in the offseason. Cutter back over the plate there for Mayberry, pushes count to ones. We get one down here in the inning. 83 degrees here in Cocoa, Florida today. Wind blowing strong out to left. In the last game, the Tritons did hit 2 home runs, one to right field, one to left field. There's a ground ball to second baseman Evan Holler. Evan picks and fires over to freshman Pete Burkett at first base. Does advance the runner to third. Brings up number 22. Chris Mathis. Sorry about that, folks. Number 22, Chris Mathis.
And the last contest, Joe, Mathis was 2 for 3 and scored a run for the Tritons.
Mathis calls time and gets it. I'm sorry, Kyle.
That one hit was a double for Mathis.
Pitch for Mayberry is ball 1 high. Center fielder Logan Hare takes a couple steps back in straightaway center field. John Schellenberger in right is playing standard depth. And left fielder Pete Jorgen in left field is playing deep because of the wind. Pitch on the outside, almost from the outside batter's box. Nice block there by Miguel Valdez. For those of you who missed game one, game one was the first game ever played in the stadium since renovations have been complete. They are under a multi-million-dollar renovation looking to add soccer, basketball, weightlifting, and training facilities. Strike over the plate there from Mason Mayberry was not offered at by number 22.
And Joe, and this a beautiful complex. Talking with the project manager earlier, he mentioned that this field was formerly the home of the Houston Astros spring training facility, and then later was also the Mariners, I believe.
I believe that's right, Kyle.
And obviously not the same field, the same location. They renovated the field, and so the playing surface is much more up to date. And then the stadium was built around the field, so a beautiful facility here being used for college baseball, and we are lucky enough to be the first ones on this field.
Yeah, talking with the event manager, he was really optimistic for the future here at the Cocoa. I guess it'd be the Cocoa Sports Complex. You know, he's really looking forward to the next couple of years for some GLIAC teams and some GLVC teams to maybe play some conference games here together in the offseason.
Oh.
And there's a pitch on the far outside part of the plate. Mason Mayberry shot was strike three.
I don't know where that pitch missed, Joe. Boy, that looked to be right on the corner. Both pitcher Mason Mayberry and catcher Miguel Valdez were headed to the dugout. Thought that was strike three and out number 3, but home plate umpire does not raise the right hand, and we have a full count here.
And he loses them. That's a pitch high inside that number 22, Chris Mathis, has to back out of the way of. This runner's on first and third now with 2 outs in the inning for the Tritons. Again, the Tritons have an early 1-0 lead. And that brings to the play Justin Hellman, the catcher in this game for the Tritons. Kind of delaying the game here as Justin gets his equipment off from being in the on-deck circle. Next batter up for the Tritons that is on deck now will be Shane Brinker.
Is Hellman a freshman, Joe? I don't have any stats here from him last season, so
He's a sophomore, 6'3",
Okay.
220 out of Wentzville, Missouri.
Okay, maybe a transfer student here, so likely getting his first at bat here as a Triton.
Pass ball, the throw there from Mason Mayberry is going to get away from Miguel Valdez. Score the run for third. That miscalled third strike from home plate umpires is going to come back to bite the Oilers here at the score of makes the score now 2-0. Again, that pitch was high and inside, and Miguel Valdez it hit the glove and just bounced out in an untimely fashion. Miguel made a great play to go over and get it, but unfortunately, the runner from third did a great job of reading it and scored uncontested. Runner from first base does move to third, though. There's a foul ball back into the screen from number 23, Justin Hellman. Sitting up here, you can hear Pete Jorgen out in left field giving starting pitcher Mason Mayberry some words of support.
That's strike number 3. I don't know why they're not leaving the field. That looked to be the same pitch that would have struck out the previous hitter for Mayberry, but that wasn't the case, and the Oilers are out of it here, down 2-0 early, and we'll be back for the bottom of inning number 1. Go ahead.
Back to live baseball here in Cocoa, Florida. The Oilers are down early, 2-0. We're heading to the bottom of the first inning. Here's your batting order for the Findlay Oilers. Batting first, number 14, left fielder Pete Jorgen. Batting second, number 24, John Schollenberger. John is in right field today. Batting third and designated hitting, Chase Gillette. Batting fourth, number 28, Pete Burkett. Batting fifth, number 7, Troy Merriman. Batting sixth, number 6, your shortstop at 6, Kevin Schrock. Batting seventh, wearing 2, Evan Holler. Batting ninth, number 4, Logan Hara. Logan in the last game had a hit and a couple walks, was on base a couple times, so moving some speed to the bottom of the lineup there, and with a little bit of a bat. Maybe Steve Carroll's trying to generate a threat of some runs at the bottom of the lineup as well.
Shoot, Logan Hara now heading more towards the bottom of the order, hitting that 9-hole. Like a second leadoff hitter for the Oilers, and maybe trying to get him a little more fastballs. He's been struggling at the dish. Nice to see him on base last game multiple times. He's got speed, so just getting to first base, walks, singles, whatever you can get. You're not looking for extra base power out of Hara, so we need him to get on base out of that 9-hole for Jorgen, who's now leading this game off.
Foul ball back at a play over our right side here to push the count to 0-1. Pete Jorgen playing on left field in this game in the offseason. Pete took a lot of infield work at third base. Coach Steve Carroll trying to find a little bit of a home for Pete there. But Pete is an athlete. He'll play wherever you put him at. Second pitch, much to the chagrin of the Findlay bench, was a called strike 2.
Talking about Pete's athleticism, Pete actually was recruited as a catcher and played most of last season out in left field, but has taken some ground balls at third base in the offseason. So an athlete that can play anywhere on this field for Coach Carroll's Oilers.
Pete grounds out to the second baseman there. The putout goes 4-3. Next up is John Schollenberger, John number 24. John's right field for your Oilers today in game number 2. Michael Derry rocks and fires. Michael Derry is a very tall left-handed pitcher. There's something, slider curve, something there across the heart of the plate. It's 0-1. Pitch number 2 is low in the count, or low in the dirt there. Starting catcher Justin Hallman for the Tritons was unable to make the block there. Pushes the count to 1-1. Outfield playing standard depth, playing straight up. Infield playing standard depth, standard position as well. John Schollenberger fires a foul ball for our right side here out of play.
Also not seeing any numbers on McElderry from last season. Is he a transfer or a freshman? It's left-hander for the Tritons.
See here, Michael Derry, number 15, is a 6'3", 215-pound senior out of Batavia, Iowa. Previous school, Indiana State University.
Okay.
Good research there at Kyle. It's not listed on the website. It didn't happen. 2-2 count here to Schollenberger. Line drive right back to the pitcher. The pitcher makes a great throw back to first baseman Orlando. Put out goes 1-3. Michael Derry to Orlando. That's 2 outs in the inning now. Brings up number 22 designated hitter Chase Gillette. Chase didn't have as good a game last game as he had been on a couple of games there ago. But Chase is a senior, and he is going to give you 100% at the dish every time. So while every good hitter has some bad games, I don't expect to see Chase have a second one here in a row.
If you can count 1 for a bad game, Gillette's still hitting .435 on the season. 10 hits and 23 at-bats, so definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup for Coach Carroll's Oilers.
Yep, Chase has been producing all year. So, like I said, last game he had one hit, and kind of wonder if he's not going to be looking to prove himself again here. Here's a slow roll to third base. Nice play by third baseman Hickman. Fires across plate to Orlando. 1-2-3 inning for the Oilers. No runs, no hits, no errors. Oilers down 2-0 early here, going to the top of the first. Back to live baseball here. Number 9, Shane Brickner. Slow roller over to Troy Merriman at third base. Troy throws a toss. Gets a nice play there at Pete Burkett. One down in the inning. That's a good first out there for Mason Mayberry.
And one that he needed on the first pitch because Mayberry is already up to 30 pitches in this ball game, and we're just one out here into the second inning. So we need some early in the count outs for Mayberry. Got one there on the first pitch.
That brings up number 8 batter, Dominic Orlando. Dominic's your first baseman today for the Tritons.
Orlando was 2 for 3 in the ball game that we just finished. In that game, also scored a run and picked up an RBI. Pretty good hitter here in Orlando.
Mason Mayberry rocks and fires. Pitch was apparently low and inside. This is the count to 1-1.
A little different zone here out of this umpire as opposed to the previous one. The umpire in the last game giving those calls just on the inner half of the plate. This umpire not seems to budge.
That pitch from here appeared to be a little bit outside, but we got that one, so that pushes the count to 1-2. Kyle, you look around the infield for the Oilers and the outfield for that matter. Still a very young team. Count now goes to 2-1, but you've got a freshman third baseman, you've got a freshman first baseman, and sophomores in left and center.
Sophomores up the middle in Schrock and Holler too, so a lot of youth on the field.
It's a line drive to Schrock at second or shortstop, Schrock makes a great play with the pick firing over to Pete Burkett. Put out goes 6-3. Ball goes around the horn back to Mason Mayberry. He's got 2 pretty quick outs here.
It's a nice backhanded play from Schrock at short. Makes it look easy. Some of the best hands definitely on the team, and I'd say some of the best hands in the conference, Joe.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid shortstop with the Oilers this year. Rough game last game, but this field is great field, great facility, but it's just not quite broken in yet.
Right, every field has its growing pains, so this one maybe still getting the bumps out of the infield and the outfield, but we're just happy to be down here playing at a beautiful facility.
For those of you joining us in Texas, and Ohio, and Virginia, and Texas, you're enjoying some heat, but Ohio and Virginia, it's not exactly sunny in 75. So if you're using your snowblower today out there, thanks for joining us. Swing and a miss, pushes it down, gives him 2 strikes there, 2 outs in the thing.
And for Hoffman, didn't play in that last game last season. Did not record a hit. Played in 6 games, just a few innings though, so not a lot of playing time. First significant playing time, and first collegiate start, at least for the Tritons, for Hoffman.
Looking at 2s across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the Tritons are up 2-0. Mason Mayberry's pitch was fouled off by Rob Hoffman. Almost took out the leadoff batter, Jake Beckwith, there in the on-deck circle. Nice reaction time out of Jake. Mason Mayberry not wasting any time getting the ball.
That's a good pitch.
That's a great pitch there from Mason Mayberry. Gets the strikeout. Strikeout looking. Rob Hoffman. When the Tritons come back, they'll roll over to the top of the lineup. Be back momentarily for the bottom of the second. Back to baseball here in Cocoa, Florida. Number 28, Pete Burkett. That's the dish for the Oilers. Pete got his first playing time of the year in the last game. He came in as a defensive substitution for Roman Kuster in the second or third inning.
Yeah, Burkett seeing his first action in the field, and I did pitch in the game yesterday. But seeing his first action at first base in a varsity contest, did play in the reserve games, hit the ball well and fielded his position well, earning him some playing time here today.
Pete's a 6'4", 215-pound freshman out of Perrysburg and St. John Jesuit High School. Pete is a big boy.
Yeah, and talking with Jim Givens, assistant athletic director, who has been around baseball a long time, talks about Burkett very highly. And so out there, but a bright young talent for Findlay, as a lot of these freshmen are. Burkett, expect some standout years from Burkett in the future.
Yeah, he had a slow roller there back to the shortstop. It was a nice play by the shortstop. Put out 6-3, and as you'd expect out of these Oilers lineup, nothing but hustle down the first base line. Brings up number 7, Troy Merriman. Troy looked at the first pitch, one by him, it was a strike. Troy got hit by a pitch in the last game, and I went up between games and asked him how his arm was. He'd actually forgotten that he had gotten hit. Michael very quickly ahead of Merriman here, 0-2.
And Merriman in that last game just 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Finds his way on base, leads the team in walks, and has been hitting the ball pretty well here early in the season.
Let's foul ball back to my right here. Landing on the metal shingles of the metal roofing here. Get the breeze blowing stiff out the left center. Everything gets hit out that way is going to travel.
Not sure what
you called there from Troy Merriman. Troy was walking back before it was even called.
Yeah, not sure what Troy was looking for there. Fastball right down the middle of the plate, maybe thinking off speed with the count 0-2. So maybe fooled there. The young freshman, still learning the pitch sequences and how to hit here at the collegiate level. Maybe fooled there. And now we have Kevin Schrock at the dish.
Schrock's number 6. He's your shortstop as the throw from the catcher goes wide into the outfield. Second baseman has to go off and make a play. Not a routine defensive play by your second baseman, but he did a great job retrieving that one. Infield back on the grass. First baseman playing standard depth. Third baseman playing in with the bag. Outfield playing fairly straight up. Right fielder, if anything, maybe a fuzz to his right towards center field. Schrock using an orange and black bat, matching the University of Findlay color. Strike across the inside heart of the plate there for A.J. McElberry. Kyle still unable to find anything on McElberry from previous years. We do know he went to Indiana State.
Do a little research here and see if I can find something on him. We'll have to wait and do that the next inning.
Drop and pop up to center field. Center fielder makes a nice play running in from his post to get the out in the inning. That's 1-2-3 for the Findlay Oilers. Back to baseball here. Mason Mayberry done getting his warm up. Throw down to second base from catcher Miguel Valdez. Brings up leadoff hitter number 6, Jake Beckwith.
Beckwith singled and scored a run in his last plate appearance. Led off the ball game with that single.
First pitch from Mayberry pops the glove of Miguel Valdez for a first pitch strike. Slow roll to keep Burkett with a big bounce right to him. He does a nice job following off catcher Mason Mayberry there. Gets second or first out of the inning, excuse me. One down now for J.J. Kinnavan from the Missouri St. Louis Tritons. Pitch on the inside corner. Miguel Valdez goes into the dirt to pick up that one. Kinnavan in this game is 0 for 1. Kinnavan bats lefty. He's your shortstop. Nice pitch there from Mayberry. Pushes the count to 1-1. Next up for Missouri St. Louis is Heath, then Weaver. Foul ball back into the screen, pushes the count to 1-2. Early in the game here, Missouri St. Louis has 2 runs on 1 hit. University has no runs, no hits, but they do have 1 error. Mayberry rocks and fires into the windup here. Slow roller back to Mason Mayberry. Mason does a nice job of blocking it. Fires over to Berkeley at first. Put out goes 1-3. Brings up number 7, Dylan Thief. Dylan 0 for 1 on the day. Dylan's your left fielder. A little bit of cloud cover starting to roll in more than earlier. It's still blue, sunny skies, but we've got a couple more clouds in the air than we did beforehand. Nice pitch by Mayberry there. Mayberry appears to be getting settled in a little bit here, finding the strike zone a little bit more.
He's throwing a lot of strikes, maybe getting some confidence after giving up a couple of runs in the top of inning number 1. Has not surrendered a run or a hit since that leadoff hit by Beckwith in the first. So Mayberry kind of settling down here in a little groove.
Getting the Oilers down 2-0 here in the top of the third. 2 outs in the inning. Off-speed pitch there from Mayberry's wide. Goes past Miguel Valdez into the grass. 2-1 count here. Outfield plays fairly straight up. Right fielder John Schellenberger making a move to his right a little bit as we speak. And here's a foul ball back out of play. A fan from Chillicothe, Ohio might have caught that one. Count's still 1-2. Pokes ball to John Schellenberger out in right field. John makes a couple steps back, ranges it to his left, and makes the play. It's a good inning there for Mason Mayberry. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Tritons in that inning. Oilers down 2-0, heading to the bottom of the fourth. Back to baseball here in sunny Orlando, Florida. This brings up number 35, Miguel Valdez. Miguel's catching the second game of the day. His second game of the day. Foul ball by Miguel there, back out of play. This is Miguel's first at bat of the day.
And during the break, Joe, we did a little research on the pitcher, A.J. McElderry, and played 2 years at Indian Hills Community College, where he made 20 appearances, pitched 22.1 innings, and just had a .81 ERA with 27 strikeouts. So a good arm here. Did his work out of the bullpen there, but now starting for the Tritons. A good pitcher and a left-hander to throw out there for the start of this game number 2.
Yeah, that last pitch from him to Miguel was a great off-speed pitch, as well as that one. Miguel fouls back into the screen. Miguel's working with a couple strikes against him now. Center fielder shades far to his left here, set up for Miguel Valdez. Huge gap out in left field. There's a foul ball back off the catcher's mitt. Still 2 strikes here on Miguel.
It was a big cut from Valdez. Maybe sees that gap in left center field. He knows if he can hit it out there, he can run a ways.
Shortstop for the Tritons, Kinnaman, playing way deep in the hole there at shortstop, back onto the grass. Foul ball back in the dirt here from Miguel Valdez, making McElderry work. McElderry sets and becomes fires. That's the ball on the inside part of the plate.
I thought he rung him up there, Joe. Pitch must have just been on the inside part of the plate. Good eye by Valdez.
Catcher Hellman for the Tritons look backs and gets the information he was looking for there from a home plate official. Valdez hits a slow roller to third baseman Hellman. Fires across the field to Orlando.
Nice play by the third baseman on the 2-hopper, charging that ball, knowing that if he would stay back, the in-between hop probably would have ate him up. So a nice play from the Tritons' third baseman.
Next up for your Oilers is number 2, Evan Holler. Holler's first plate appearance of the day. Before too much longer, home plate is going to be covered in shade by the press box that Kyle and I are sitting in. Ball inside. Off-speed pitch on the inside. Part of the batter's box. On deck for the Findlay Oilers is number 4, Logan Hara.
And you mentioned the shade creeping up on home plate, Joe. A lot tougher to hit when the ball's coming out of the sun and into the shade. And so down 2 runs here may be beneficial for the Oilers to at least strike for 2 here while they still have sunlight on both home plate and the mound.
1-1 count here for Evan Holler. Findlay Oilers are all standing up on the top of the dugout. There's an excuse swing for Evan Holler with a line drive. Right out to center field. The center fielder comes in and makes a nice to not let it get him by him, but that was a solid line drive for Evan Holler to get on to first base. Brickner cuts it off and gets it in, keeping Holler at first base. But that brings up number 4, Logan Hara.
Like to see that out of Holler, able to get to the 9-hitter Hara, who now in this situation, this is why he's in the 9-hole. Like a second leadoff hitter here. Now speed on first base, speed at the plate, and speed on deck. So see what Coach Perrell has on here for his Oilers with 1 out.
Hara showed bunt there, pulled back in time. That was ball. Third baseman for the Tritons. Playing in on the grass. It's a wild pitch, or a pass ball there as the pitcher throws to pick off Evan Holler at first. Evan scampers down to second base. Oilers creating a little bit of chaos now with their speed on base.
Right, and the lefty McElderry thinking that Holler might be stealing, so checking to keep him close, but sort of a strange pickoff move, just steps off with his left foot, flips the ball over to first, and it's to the right of the first baseman and allowing Holler now in scoring position for Hara with 1 out.
Third baseman Hoffman now steps back a little bit off of the grass. Waiting to see if Logan here is going to try to offer bunt again or if he's going to get the green light. That's a ball high. Pitch to Logan Hara. Second baseman playing way in the grass here. Right fielder plays a couple steps back. A little left of the light tower out in right field. McElderry in the set still. Comes home. Strike to Logan Hara. Logan's still not 100% sure if that was a strike or not. But Logan does step back in. Shortstop playing directly behind second base here. Attention to Evan Holler there on second. Ball low and away to Logan Hara. Catcher has to come out of his crouch there. 3-1 count here for the Oilers.
like to see a hit here out of Hera that would likely score Holler, but also would turn the lineup back over to Jorgen, who stands on deck, and he is the top of the order.
You'd like to think that you can trust Pete with the bat in his hands. If we can get a runner or two in a scoring position, and I see Pete be able to do some work. Logan fouled that last pitch back into the screen to our left. Oilers dug out on the right side of your screen today. Triton's on the left. Bright green grass infield surrounded by red seats here in the stadium. Outfield is a view of the interstate, another couple baseball diamonds. Drops a walk there. Some speed on the base pass here, a concern for the Tritons, excuse me. This being Michael Derry's first start here for the Tritons. Head coach for the Tritons, Jim Brady, going to make a visit out to the mound here. Infield stays set. This is just a conference between the catcher and the pitcher. But Findlay coach Steve Farrell does pull Pete Jorgen down the third base line to have a conversation with him. Assistant coach Jaron Stutzman is talking to the batter in the on-deck circle, John Schallenberger. Conference is over, and from up here we can hear the head coach laugh, so somebody must be in good spirits out there. Steve Farrell barking out orders to the runner on second base, Evan Holler. Jaron Stutzman having a moment with Logan Hera.
A lot of options here for the offense with speed on the bases and speed at the dish. Could put on a hit and run down 2-0, kind of get some offense going.
Hit no outs in the inning. Findlay down 2 runs to nothing. The Tritons scored 2 runs in the first inning, and the Oilers have not been able to answer since. Nice pitch over the heart of the plate there from McElberry. Pushes the count to 1-1. That might have been a pitch Pete was looking for. Didn't get the bat off of his shoulders.
Fastball right down the heart of the plate, Joe.
Sharp foul ball down the left field line. Head coach Steve Farrell has to dive out of the way to get that one, so he doesn't get hit by that one. Excuse me. Right field appears to be playing a step or two in. Center fielder playing standard depth. There's a big gap in left field as the left fielder is playing a little bit left of the left field scoreboard. Pitch back out of play here over the scoreboard, score box. Press box. Score box.
Jorgen now in protect mode as he's down in the count 1-2. That pitch gets away from the catcher and advances runners to second and third with Jorgen at the dish.
It's going to give Pete a chance to drive in 2 runs. You got Holler on third, Hera on second. Michael Berry's looking a little bit rattled here. 2-2 count, nobody out here in the inning. Oilers are down 2-0. Oilers coach Steve Farrell talking closely with Evan Holler on third base there. Tag.
Get out there.
It's a drive to right field. Right fielder camps under it. He's coming home. There is not a throw to Pete does not advance the runners there. For 1 out here in the inning. Runner still on second and third. Senior John Schallenberger comes in. It was a nice play by Beckworth out in right field to drive in, hit the ball in time, and then make a nice throw into the infield to make sure that nothing happened. Ball was not hit deep enough for Holler to advance completely.
He's safe. Safe at first, John Schallenberger.
Score Evan Holler there. Ball hit just hard enough. The second baseman had to rush, so that's going to score a run. John Schellenberger at first base. Logan Hara advances to third base. Going to bring up designated hitter Chase Collette. Findlay gets on the board here. Count 2-1. One out here in the inning. The runners on first and third here with one down for the Oilers. Coach Steve Farrell can potentially try to come up with something.
And that's not an earned run for McElderry as his second baseman throws the ball high to first base. First baseman has to jump and allows Schallenberger to reach. And so a little break for the Oilers, who are down 2-1 now with runners at the corners.
That was a line drive to first baseman. First baseman makes a great diving stop to his right. It was a hard hit ball. And great play by the first baseman. The Oilers strand 2 runs there in that inning, but they do get one across the plate. Oilers down 2-1. Back to baseball here. John Weaver at the plate for the Tritons. Mason Mayberry comes set at the plate. Line drive base hit right up the middle. Logan Hara, the center fielder for the Oilers, comes in, gets the ball back in the infield. That's one pitch and one hit for the Tritons. So we got John Weaver on first base. Number 22, Chris Mathis is at the dish. Mathis is the third baseman here for the Tritons. Pete Jorgen in left field playing very deep. Logan Hara playing straight up, and John Schellenberger taking a pinch or two in here. Great pick by Troy Merriman.
Great play.
Great pick by Troy Merriman there to get the force to second base. Unable to turn the double play.
It's a great play by third baseman Troy Merriman. Again, gets the tricky hop, in between hop. Still able to gather himself and fire to second base to get the lead runner. Doesn't get the runner at first, but an out here for the Oilers.
That's 2 pitches and 2 hard hit balls here from Mason Mayberry in the inning. It does result in 1 out. Justin Hellman at the plate now for the Tritons. Chris Mathis on first. Mason Mayberry with the first pitch to this batter, and a great job by Miguel Valdez to frame that pitch as a strike. Small one. Mason Mayberry buries that one in the dirt a little bit. Nice stop there with Miguel Valdez to push the count to 1-1. Pete Jorgen still playing deep and left. Infielders at double play depth. Another pitch on the outside corner of the plate there by Mayberry. Valdez does a great job of framing. Pete Berkey, your first baseman for the Findlay Oilers, holding the first runner on Chris Mathis.
Doing a great job. Thank you.
Oilers down 2-1 here. Roller back up the middle. Holler to Schrock to Burkett. That's nicely turned to double play there by the Oilers infield. 4-6-3 double play. Quick inning here for Mason Mayberry. It's exactly what he needed to have happen. Scores 2-1. Headed to the top or bottom of 4th. Back to baseball here in Cocoa, Florida. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Oilers trail 2-1. Freshman Pete Perkins steps to the plate. First pitch from McElderry is ball high and away. Pete is your first baseman for the Oilers today. McElderry, a tall lefty. Nice pitch by McElderry there to get Perkins swing and miss. Pushes the count to 1-1.
Lefty sets.
On deck circle, the Oilers have number 7, Troy Merriman.
And that's
Drive deep to right center field, right field. Right fielder Beckworth camps under it. With the sun in his eyes, makes a nice play. He drove it hard. Just hit it right where they were. One down in the inning now. Brings up freshman third baseman number 7, Troy Merriman.
hard. Use loud
Pitch in the dirt there from McElderry. 1-0 count here for Troy Merriman. Left fielder plays deep and pretty much straight away to left field. Center fielder in standard position. Right fielder a couple of shades to his right. Second pitch from McElderry is a ball high. 2-0 count here. The on deck circle for the Oilers, we've got Kevin Schrock, and in the hole is Miguel Valdez. Ball low, pushes the count to 3-0 for McElderry. McElderry is a little bit more vocal in this inning as he throws pitches. Pitches a strike right on the heart of the plate. Now Troy Merriman should be I've seen everything, be ready to hit here.
Yep, Troy taking all the way on that one, Joe.
Troy Merriman draws the walk on 5 pitches there. Troy runs down to first base and hands his batting gloves to assistant coach Jaron Stutzman.
And another walk for Merriman. Still leads the team. That his 8th walk of the season. So the freshman with a good eye at the dish.
Number 6, Kevin Schrock steps in now. Troy Merriman with a big lead off first. It's a throwback from McElderry.
Schrock is 0 for 1 in the game today. Flew out to center field back in inning number 2.
Oh!
Schrock squares to bunt the foul tip. Like it hit him right in the gut. And we're going to see what they call here. Schrock walking to first, believes he has the base, but he offered at the bunt and fouled it off. So I believe the call will be a strike, the first pitch strike to Schrock, but we'll see what the men in blue call. And it is a strike. Merriman retreats back to first base. Schrock will come back. That couldn't have felt good. It hit him right in the gut there, Joe.
And Kyle, can you explain the rule on the new rule on getting hit by a pitch this year for the listeners?
Yeah, so when a batter is standing in the batter's box, he must attempt to get out of the way on a hit by pitch. If he does not make an effort or throws an elbow or a knee into the ball, the umpire will hold him at home plate and call the ball either ball or strike, depending on where the pitch was located. So a new rule here in college, probably made for safety reasons, as it encourages hitters to get out of the way and maybe discourages some hitters from leaning into pitches and getting free bases.
Folks, that's why Kyle makes the big bucks.
Coach Carroll not happy with the way that these umpires are handling the game thus far, maybe a little frustrated with his team's play, and that's showing here. He's looking for some offense here in the bottom of inning number 4.
Second pitch from McElderry is a ball low. Kevin Schrock with 1 foot out of the bag, and Steve Farrell did go down and talk to the home plate official after the pitch that was hit by her. Pitch hit Kevin Schrock. There's a line drive up the middle. Troy Merriman advances to second base, and Kevin Schrock with another hit on the day. Runners on first and second for the Oilers, and brings up Miguel Valdez.
Schrock swinging the bat well lately. Had 3 hits in the ball game yesterday and a couple of hits today. So some offense brewing here in the 4th inning for Miguel Valdez.
Oilers team at the top of their dugout cheering on their catcher Miguel Valdez. Schrock takes the lead first. Good call. There's a drive to deep left field for Miguel Valdez. Troy Merriman goes back to second base, tags. There is not a throw into third base. Nice throw by left fielder Fief.
Valdez hit it well, hit it high though. A couple of steps in front of the warning track there. Nice play by the left fielder. And we have 2 away, runners still on first and second base. Now for Evan Holler, the second baseman, who in his last appearance singled. Another single here would do the Oilers well.
Nice pitch there from McElderry.
First pitch fastball from McElderry. That's a pitch as a hitter you got to be looking for. One you want to jump on, especially hitting out of the 8-hole for Holler. Probably going to see a lot of fastballs. And as he fouls that pitch off at this level, Joe, you will likely only see one pitch that you can really put a bat on, as pitchers are able to spot up a lot better than they were in high school. And so hopefully Holler gets another one that he can hit here. Down 0-2.
That last foul ball by Holler went straight back off the chest protector. The catcher is down there for a second. Nice job of the home plate umpire to give him a second or 2 more time and help him recover a little bit from that. Foul ball back behind home plate towards the Triton dugout. Again, runners on first and second. Oilers down 2-1 here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Big gap in left center field. Center fielder shades well to his left. And there's a line drive right to the shortstop. Nice play there by Kinnaman to get the 3rd out of the inning. Oilers threaten but do not score. They leave 2 stranded. Oilers down 2-1, headed to the top of the 5th inning. Top of the 5th inning now for the Findlay Oilers. Mason Mayberry. First offer to Shane Brinker. Shane with the swing and a miss there. It's the count to 0-1.
Pitch count.
61. Make a play.
And there's an average play by Kevin Schrock, getting the first out of the inning. Deciding well to his right.
A great play by Schrock there, diving to his right on the sinking line drive for out number 1. Joe, if that's average,
I expect greatness. Folks, you will notice that Kyle and I have a lot of fun together. Jim Gibbons is also in the booth with us, Associate Athletic Director at the University of Findlay. Here is a line drive foul ball. Here's the Findlay dugout. That was a great play by Schrock. I was just trying to make a point with Jim. We do have fun together here in the box.
So Orlando's at the dish now and grounded out too short in his last at bat for the Tritons.
Got the 0-1 count here on Orlando. Ooh. Another great pitch by Mayberry. Pops the glove of Valdez there. That's an 0-2 count for Mayberry here. Top of the 5th inning, Oilers down by 1 run. Infield double play depth. Pitch is high and away from Mayberry. Infield and outfield both playing straight up in their standard playing positions. Sharp liner to left field. Jorgen goes over, makes a play on it, gets the ball back in quickly. That's a single forward. Dominic Orlando, that brings up the number 9 hitter, Rob Hoffman.
Pretty good piece of hitting there by Orlando. Fastball in the inner half of the plate, kept his hands inside of the ball and drove it out to left field. Sharp line drive, and a runner now on first with 1 away. Do we get that?
Hoffman, the left-handed batter, has a runner at first base right now. Infield double play depth. Oh, that was a missed hit and run from number 5, Rob Hoffman. The Oilers catch a break there with him not making contact. However, throw from Miguel Valdez was in time but dropped.
Pitch was a good one for Valdez on to handle. Pitch was in the other batter's box. The hitter Hoffman just swinging because it was a hit and run, and a good throw, just not able to be handled by Schrock at second base. So a stolen base for Orlando.
Another good play by Valdez there to block a ball in the dirt. Hoping that doesn't come back to bite the Oilers here. Down a run, no outs here in the inning.
Right, and although it does go in the scorebook as a stolen base, you got to figure that that's a free one for the Tritons.
Foul back into the screen here from the number 9 hitter, Rob Hoffman, pushes the count to 1-2. Logan Hare out in center, creeping in here a little bit. John Schollenberger shades a little bit to his left and back. Pitch outside from Mayberry, runs the count to 2-2.
This is a big hitter for Mayberry. Really the first sign of trouble he's faced since that first inning. We'll see how he reacts here with a runner on second base and just 1 away. 2-2 count now to Hoffman.
Oh, that's a nice pitch by Mayberry there to get the strikeout. Looking strikeout.
Was a good fastball for Mayberry right down the middle of the plate. Didn't think the umpire was going to get the call, but a late punch out, and there's 2 away here for the Oilers.
That rolls the order over for leadoff hitter number 6, Jake Beckwith. Troy Merriman and Pete Burkett now play back at their respective positions, third base and first. Foul back into the screen. Kyle, like I was talking about earlier, that shade is creeping ever closer to home plate now.
It is, and we'll see how the hitters handle it. Again, a ball coming out of the sunshine and into the shade makes hitting a little more difficult if it's not hard enough.
Kyle, did the infielders miss a call there from Coach Steve Farrell, you think?
I think Mayberry just checking on Orlando at second, making sure he doesn't advance 90 feet. Hollard deep in the hole at second base, not even attempting to hold Orlando. That duty is given to Schrock at short.
Last pitch was a foul ball out of play, one of the left bleachers. field is playing in standard position. Logan Harris stretching down the center field is playing to his left a little bit. Here's a foul ball off the glove of Miguel Valdez.
This hitter seems to be in protect mode here, down 0-2. Really didn't use his lower half on that swing at all, and so hopefully some weak contact here from Beckwith, the leadoff hitter here for the Tritons.
Mayberry looking in from the sign here. Time is called and given to Jake Beckwith, the batter. Count 0-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Good block there by catcher Miguel Valdez.
Good slider from Mayberry, trying to get Beckwith to chase there on the 0-2 count. Now 1-2.
Shortstop Schrock checks on the runner at second base and goes back into his normal position. Fastball high and away there from Mayberry. Pushes the count to 2-2. Valdez barks out the calls to the infield. Again, Burkett and Merriman playing deep for their positions. Holler at second, playing back on the grass. And Schrock bouncing back and forth between behind second base. There's a slow roller to Pete Burkett. Makes a nice play. Slides and flips to Mason Mayberry, who slides into first base to get the out. Athletic play there by Mayberry to catch and slide all at the same time. That's it for the top of the 5th inning. Oilers down 2-1. Back to live action here. Logan Harris shows bunt and gets hit by the pitch. Logan did a good job there to try to get out of the way of the pitch, but he does get hit on the forearm. So we've got a leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oilers down 2-1. That brings up number 14, Pete Jorgen.
Bunt's in order.
Bunt is in order here, according to Jim Gibbons.
Hare did a nice job out of the 9-hole there, hit by pitch. Walked in his first plate appearance, so no official at bat for Hara, but on base twice. That's what they're looking for out of the speedster.
There is action in the bullpen for the Tritons. Righty is up just now throwing with the catcher. I cannot get a number on that for you. Logan Hara on first base. Pete with a nice bunt down the first base line.
Nice shot.
Advances Logan down to second base. There was an aggressive throw from the first baseman back to the second baseman. Nice job of bunt work there by Pete Jorgen to advance the runner down. We got one out. Senior John Schellenberger at the plate.
It was a good job by Jorgen getting that bunt down the first base line. forcing the pitcher's only play to first base and getting Hera into scoring position for the senior John Schallenberger.
I'm sorry. Put one in.
Ball low there from McElderry. He's starting to labor a little bit more now. Kyle, what's his pitch count?
Pitch count now at 65.
Again, we are with one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. That's another. That was a called first strike. This is a count of 1-1. University of Findlay Oilers bench did not appreciate that call. John Schallenberger with a swing and a miss there on the inside pitch. Lots of action right now between the second baseman and the shortstop, paying attention to Logan Hera on second base. Second baseman Mathis and shortstop Kinnavan paying close attention to him. Playing right behind him now. Another swing and a miss there from John Schallenberger for the strikeout. Oilers second out in the inning. Brings up senior designated hitter number 22, Chase to the left. Center fielder shades a little bit to his left. Left fielder and right fielder stay put. Third baseman playing in his bag and the first baseman playing back. Couple steps behind the back. That's the first pitch strike there from McElderry. And Logan Hera was hit by a pitch in this inning, and Pete Yorkin advanced him on a bunt. John Schallenberger then struck out to get the 2 outs for the Oilers. Chase Gillette with a swing and a foul tip off of the catcher. Clouds are settling in a little bit here over the home plate part of the stadium. On deck for the Oilers is number 28, first baseman Pete Burkett. Chase Gillette with a flare to center field, but a nice diving stop by center fielder Brinker for Tritons. The Oilers got Hera at second base. They were unable to bring him in. We head to the top of the sixth inning. Oilers down 2-1. Mason Mayberry back on the bump here for the top of the sixth inning.
Now we're getting carried away.
Whoa!
Coach Steve Farrell hasn't moved that fast in quite a while.
Tell you what, Joe, kind of surprised that we see that, but he actually did the very same thing in batting practice. Maybe he needs a little more pine tar on that bat.
Yeah, folks, earlier in batting practice, somehow we had a bat end up on top of the net in the shell. Pretty neat to see, and the Findlay dugout got a kick out of that. This is J.J. Kevin. 0-1 count. Mason Mayberry with the ball in the dirt there with the 1-1 count. Top of the sixth inning, Oilers down 2-1. Have had some runners on base in this game. Just have not been able to capitalize and bring anybody in. There is a line drive back up the middle that Evan Holler is unable to get to. Logan Hare comes over, throws back into second base, and the Tritons lead off the inning with a leadoff single. Brings up number 7, Dylan Feith.
Feith is 0 for 2 in this ballgame. Struck out in the first and flew out to right field in inning number 3.
Infield at double play depth. Third baseman Troy Merriman. 1-1. Back to the pitcher, Mason Mayberry. Mayberry with the fourth throw to first baseman. The ball gets away from Pete Burkett. That runner's going to score from first base on the throw home from senior John Schallenberger. Runner does advance from first to second.
And that'll go as an error on the pitcher Mayberry, allowing the run to score all the way from first base. Not what the Oilers wanted to see there.
Findlay pitching coach Brian Mikowski makes his way to the mound now to have a talk with Mason Mayberry. Oilers infield coming in to offer their support here to Mayberry. Pretty quick visit to the mound there for Coach Mikowski as Mayberry steps back out and cleans off the mound. Again, the runner on second base is Dylan Feith with the bunt. Back to the pitcher and the wild throw to first base there by Mayberry. That does bring up John Weaver. Weaver, the designated hitter here for Tritons, batting in the 4 spot. Nice pitch there by Mayberry to get ahead of the batter 0-1.
Sort of a worst-case scenario there on the sacrifice bunt, as Feith not only able to reach first on the air, but the run came all the way around to score, and Feith puts himself in scoring position. So sort of disaster here for the Oilers in inning number 6.
Foul ball down the third baseline there on the last pitch for John Weaver. And runner on second base. Oilers now down 3-1 in the top of the 6th inning. No outs here in the end. Ball outside on the offering from Mason Mayberry. Count is 1-2. No outs here. Oh, that is a great pitch on the outside corner of the plate from Mason Mayberry to get first out of the inning on a strikeout looking.
Just caught the black on the outside part of the plate. Remember, if any part of the ball touches any part of the plate, it is officially a strike. And so according to the umpire's ruling, that's what happened. And he takes a seat and giving way to Mathis.
Mathis is your number 5 hitter for the day. Another strike there from Mason Mayberry. Williams up in the bullpen. Senior closer, Alex Williams for the Oilers is up in the bullpen.
And Williams throwing in the pen and threw 77 pitches just a couple of days ago for the Oilers. So pretty high pitch count there. Had thrown in 4 consecutive ball games, but Steve Perrell in a ball game where down 2 runs, if they get a lead, you have to turn to your senior closer in hopes that he can secure the 3rd victory of the year.
Another strikeout there for Mayberry. That one was a swinging strikeout. One more out here. Strands the runner at second base for the Tritons. That brings up number 44, who is new to the game. Number 44 is Jarrett Clark for the Tritons, catcher. Clark's a tall lefty who squats in the position using a white bat. Trying away there from Mayberry. Clark got some action in game 1 for the Tritons.
Clark, one of the 2 home runs hit in game number 1, hit a ball deep over the head of Jorgen in left field.
Clark, 6'2", 215 junior. Takes a strike there. Clark did show a lot of power in the earlier game, getting the ball over the fence and over Pete Jorgen's head there.
That the 90th pitch of the ball game for Mayberry.
Pitch crosses the plate there for the second strike of this at bat for Clark. Outfield playing straight up here. Ball away. That shadow that Kyle and I keep talking about has drifted over home plate, but into the left-handed batter's box. Clouds not cover the entire part of the infield.
Mayberry went with the 2-seam fastball there, trying to get Clark to chase on the outer half of the plate with the ball tailing away from the left-handed hitter.
Swing and a miss there from Clark, and that is a great strikeout there from Mason Mayberry. Mayberry has 3 strikeouts in the inning. Unfortunately, the Oilers give up a run. Oilers down 3-1, headed to the bottom of 6. Defensive substitution here for the Tritons as number 44, Jarrett Clark, steps in to take the place of Justin Hellman.
What position?
Clark is the catcher who came in there and designated hitter at the third out of the last inning. In steps first baseman Pete Burkett for Findlay Oilers. First pitch was high from number 15, A.J. McElderry.
Burkett 0-for-2 in the ballgame today, flew out to right in the 4th inning and grounded out to short back in inning number 2.
Hit a home run.
Pete Burkett watches his first strike of the at-bat go by. In the hole, the Oilers, on deck, the Oilers have Baseman Troy Merriman. Third baseman playing into the bag with third. Foul ball back out of play. Right over the Findlay dugout. Center fielder shades way to his left. Right and left field play straight up.
Big gap in left center, Joe. I'd like to see Burkett put one out there. He could run for a long time if he could connect with one here.
Another pitch over the right side of the press box here. Shades from the press box, still staying in the left-handed batter's box here for freshman Pete Burkett. Strike three called from home plate umpire. Pete wasn't real sure about that when he stood there for a second. And home plate umpire does have a slow call. Up steps freshman Troy Merriman, third baseman. Oilers down again, 3-1. Bottom of the sixth inning. First pitch from McIntyre was a strike over the outside corner of the plate. Merriman swings through. Second pitch of the at-bat. Count to 0-2.
1-1 actually, Joe.
Third pitch to the at-bat. That's inside for a ball. 2-1 count. Ball low again, 3-1. On deck for the Oilers, number 6, Kevin Schrock. Schrock can get on base here. With Schrock's speed, Merriman is a smart base runner out there. Pitch there, swung through by Troy Merriman, takes the count to 3-2. Big hole in left center again for the Oilers to look at. Second base and short play back on the grass. Third baseman plays even with the bag at third. There's a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball for Troy Merriman.
Get on two.
Troy takes a big turn at first and slides standing up. Will slide into second base with a double. A one-out double for Troy Merriman.
That's it. A nice double from Merriman, and good to see out of the freshman. That is Merriman's third double of the year. Had a couple of them back in the second game versus Gannon. And a runner here in scoring position with one away.
Coach Jim Brady makes his way to the mound for the Tritons. The infield comes in to talk to him as well. And the Oilers have a runner on second. That's Troy Merriman. Kevin Schrock's going to be your batter when we come back into live action with catcher Miguel Valdez. On deck, we do have a pitching change here for the Tritons. We'll get that number for you here in a second.
Pitches go.
Pitching change here for the Tritons. Number 29, Austin Simakaitis comes in. Simakaitis is a right-handed pitcher, 6'2", 175 out of St. Louis, Missouri. Previously played at St. Louis Merrimack Community College, which is located in Missouri.
And Simakaitis coming on in replacement of McElderry, who pitched 5 1/3, allowed 3 hits, no earned runs, walked 2, and struck out 3. So a pretty solid start from the Tritons' left-handed starting pitcher.
Kevin Schrock at the plate now for the Oilers. Troy Merriman out there at second base. It's a ball away from Simakaitis, number 29.
Thought the umpire was going to pull the trigger there as he stood up quickly, but ball 1 to Schrock.
Home plate umpire has had a slow call today. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Here's the roller to the second baseman. Second baseman gets the put out there from Mathis to Orlando. That does advance Troy Merriman to third base. It appears that the Oilers are going to have a pinch hitter here for Miguel Valdez. Number 13, Austin Adams, is coming in from the dugout here to pinch hit.
Probably a good move. Valdez has struggled today, is 0 for 2 in the ball game, in the second ball game here, and was 0 for 3 in game number 1. So Peril making a move, going to his left-handed hitter.
Adams came in yesterday's game in a pinch hit situation and was hit by a pitch on the shin. And this is a left-handed batter. 2 outs in the inning here for the Oilers.
It's a good move from Coach Peril. You get the advantage with a left-handed hitter at the plate. Adams, a good hitter, but you don't lose a lot defensively, as Jordan Garcia is a very able-bodied catcher off of the bench. So a smart move here by Coach Steve Peril.
Howard. Adams does have the ability to hit the long ball for the Oilers. It's a ball low and away. Austin played the entire last game, first 5 innings of the last game.
Bleed.
And Adams hits a blooper out to left field. Nice play by the left fielder to camp under it. That was Spieth out in left field. Adams sees 2 pitches but makes the out. The Oilers leave. Merriman stranded at third base. Oilers are still down 3-1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Back to baseball here in Cocoa, Florida. Defensive substitution here at catcher for the Oilers. Jordy Garcia is going to take the place of Miguel Valdez. Miguel was pinch hit for there in the last inning by Austin Adams, who made the 3rd out of the inning. Mason Mayberry is still on the mound for your Findlay Oilers.
Brinker.
Number 7 hitter Shane Brinker is at the plate. Shane's your center fielder wearing number 9. Ball outside there. Nice pickup from Georgie. Outfield playing straight up, infield playing straight up as well. High and tight fastball there from Mason Mayberry. It's 2-1 count here, no outs in the top of the 7th inning. Oilers are down 3-1. Pop up in the infield. Pete Burkett makes a nice play over there at first base to fall off Kevin Holler and pitcher Mason Mayberry to record the first out of the inning. Number 10, Dominic Orlando stepping in. Dominic is your first baseman for the Tritons today.
Oilers find themselves in another tight ball game, Joe. This the
swinging a drive to deep left center field, Logan Hera goes back on it, fires in. There's going to be a play at third base. Not the greatest throw in the world from your shortstop, Kevin Schrock. That is a 1-out triple from Dominic Orlando, who hit an absolute rope out in the straightaway center field. Logan Hera did a good job of going back on it.
Nothing he could do there. That ball was tagged. And as I was saying, Oilers find themselves in another tight ball game. This, the 8th ball game of the year. Oilers came in at 2-5. 6 of those ball games went into the 7th inning with a 2-run or less difference. So Oilers playing a lot of close baseball games here early in the season.
Findlay pitching coach Brian Mikowski out to the mound. That's going to be the end of the day for Findlay starting pitcher Mason Mayberry. In comes senior Alex Williams out of the bullpen for the Oilers. Williams is a tall, lanky righty. He throws sidearm.
And that 98 pitches for Mayberry, the starter, and is pulled here. Tritons seem to be hitting him a little bit harder here in the latter innings, but not a bad start for Mayberry. Went 6 1/3, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned, walked 1 hitter, and struck out 7. The Oilers are going to now lean on the shoulders of Alex Williams, the preseason All-American pitcher for Findlay.
Yeah, the day that Alex went long, I believe that was Tuesday, is when he pitched pitched more innings than he was used to. He did have a lot of strikeouts in that inning, but he did labor. Threw a lot more innings than he's used to in that game. That's why he got yesterday off.
Right, he pitched in that 15-inning affair just a couple days ago that ended with a 3-0 final versus Wheeling Jesuit. In that ball game, let me find it here.
That was the 5-3 game.
I apologize. You're right. There was 5-2 was the final there, and in that ball game, Williams pitched 5 innings. Again, the closer usually pitching 1 inning if possible, but pitched 5 innings through 77 pitches in that ball game. Allowed 5 hits and 2 earned runs. Did strike out 8 in just 5 innings of work. So Coach Perro looking for a strikeout here with a runner on third and less than 2 outs. Another run would make the ball game 4-1, and with the lack of offense we've seen today from the Oilers, a 3-run deficit would be tough.
We get 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Tritons have a runner on third base. There's a 1-out triple. Now at the plate is the number 9 batter, number 5, Rob Hoffman. Rob is the second baseman for the Tritons. Oilers infield is in. Merriman and Burkett playing on the grass. Schrock and Holler playing 1 step back. Great first pitch from senior Alex Williams there. Infield playing straight up, but the Oilers definitely trying to prevent that run from crossing. They do not want to give up another run. Like Kyle said, we had a lack of offense.
Joe, we see now the infield playing on the grass. Any ground ball hit at any of the infielders will go home, preventing that run from scoring.
Foul back into the screen there from number 5, Rob Hoffman, your number 9 hitter.
William,
On deck for the Tritons is number 6, Jake Beckwith. Jake is the leadoff batter for the Tritons.
and Williams quickly ahead 0-2. Nice to see the senior throwing strikes early in the count. Getting ahead has been an issue for Findlay pitching.
That was the third strike for Alex Williams there. Wow, everybody kind of stood there for a second. We weren't sure what happened. Sorry about that.
The umpire very delayed in his call. It almost appeared as if he was unaware that there were 2 strikes on the batter. Called strike and then had to check how many there were, eventually ringing up the hitter. So a strikeout for Williams, and we have 2 away.
It gets us to number 1 batter, Jake Beckwith. Jake is your right fielder for the Tritons. Alex Williams pitching from the stretch. Nice job there by Jordy Garcia to come up out of his crouch, make a play on that one. It was high and inside to the left-handed batter, Beckwith. Count is 0-1. We do have 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Oilers are down 3-1. Ball low and away there for Williams. That pushes the count to 2-0.
And we see Garcia doing a good job behind the plate, coming off the bench, but a player who last season did start 41 ball games, so not like he's coming off the bench with no experience. He's going to do a good job of handling the pitchers here in this ball game.
There's a foul ball down the left field line that goes foul. Pushes the count to 2-1. 2 outs here. Infield and outfield for the Oilers playing both straight up. 2-1 pitch here from Williams is a strike, swinging strike. Pushes the count to 2-2.
Williams, a deceptive pitcher, thrives on ball movement. Can blow it by you, but throws the 2-seamer from that sidearm slot, gets a lot of tail on his pitches, has a good slider. So lives on deception and is a strikeout pitcher out of the bullpen.
Ball inside there pushes the count to 3-2. And with 2 down in the inning, this is a huge pitch for senior closer Alex Williams. Runner on third base here takes his initial lead. Ball 4 wide, Alex lost him. Puts runners at the corners now for the Tritons with 2 outs. Jordy Garcia, catcher for the Oilers, goes out, barks out his calls for the infield coverages.
Not a bad walk there for Williams. Count was full. You don't want to leave a fastball over the heart of the plate, as that would score a run. With first and second base open, maybe thought better to just start fresh with the number 2 hitter, Kinnavan.
Like Kyle said, number 20, J.J. Kinnavan, left-handed batter, steps in. First pitch strike there from Al Williams. Runner on first base, Beckwith faked like he was going to go there as soon as Al let go of the ball.
Last season, Beckwith did steal 5 bases, was 5 of 7, so a little bit of speed there on first base. See if they put him in motion here.
Swing and miss from number 20 there, J.J. Kinnavan, to get the strike for Alex Williams. Assistant coach Jaron Stutzman calling out the orders for left fielder Pete Jorgen.
Jorgen coming in a few steps and shading towards the line. A good move here with 2 strikes and a right-handed hitter up.
Foul ball down the left field line into the cover on the bleachers there.
I have a problem here. How do you get the balls? How do you get the balls?
Can you walk? You can't walk out. It's not strong.
So big pitch here for Alex Williams with 2 strikes in this count. Runners on the corners. 2 outs here for the Tritons, and Pete Organ stays where he's at. Logan Hara gets a fly ball right out to him. Logan makes the play. That's a nice job of Alex Williams coming in. Stranding runners on first and third. Last chance for glory here for the Oilers. Down 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
Live.
Pinch hitter here for the Oilers, number 5, Josh Schwer's coming in to bat in place of number 8 hitter Evan Holler. First pitch strike there to Josh Schwer. Oilers are down 3-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning, no outs. 1-1 pitch there. Excuse me, 1-0 pitch. 0-1 pitch, excuse me, goes to 1-1.
This is just Schwer's second collegiate at bat. Batted yesterday in a 14-7 ball game. Was 0 for 1. Did score a run though in a previous game where he pinch ran. Some speed here for the Oilers.
The 1-2 count now here for Josh Schwer. Young freshman one for the Oilers, an outfielder. That's ball high.
And Schwer, part of a talented freshman class that Coach Perrell has brought in his first recruiting class. The future is definitely bright here for the Oilers, and experience is the key here early in there.
Got a play over the Oilers dugout there. Keeps the count at 1-2.
Schwer battling here. It's a new pitcher. No.
That's a ball outside there for Josh Schwer. That puts the count to 2-2. 3-2, excuse me, I'm sorry. Full count here for Josh Schwer. Get him on base. He's got some speed.
Absolutely, and down 3-1, the leadoff runner is critical. You get an out here, that makes the rest of the inning a lot more difficult.
Swinging a foul tip into the glove there from Josh Schwer. He did swing at a strike, though, so you can't fault him for that. That does bring up number 9 hitter, Logan Hara. Logan, your center fielder, made the last out of the top of the 7th inning there.
All right, Joe, fastball at the letters for Schwer. Just swung through.
ball low there to Logan Hara. That brings on deck is left fielder Pete Jorgen. Logan can find a way on here. That's a strike for Simakaitis. If Logan can find a way on here, that'd be a good sign, because that would bring up the top of the order for the Oilers.
And Logan has walked a couple of times in the ballgame today. Another one here would be huge with one of the better hitters on this Oilers team, Pete Jorgen, standing in the on-deck circle.
Wide strike there from home plate umpire. That pushes the count to 2-2.
I'll tell you what, Joe, with that strikeout of Schwer to lead off this inning.
Slow roller to shortstop. Shortstop ranges to his right and makes the play. That is a nice play.
I don't know about that call at first base, Joe.
Yeah, that was...
Hara appeared to have beat it by a half step, but again, you can't win a battle with the boys in blue, and Coach Perrell out to argue. Hara hustling all the way. Not sure about that call at first base.
Yeah, Steve Perrell doing a good job over there on first base. Coach Perrell doesn't get animated a whole lot, whether it's in practice or in a lot of games. I haven't seen him do a lot of this year, and he's going to battle for his boys. Assistant coach Darren Stutzman looking on their line. There are 2 outs in the game. Oilers are down 3-1. Pete Jorgen chilling here at home plate. Pitcher and the third baseman playing catch here as Steve Farrell is trying to get a word in edgewise. Home plate umpire looking on as well, trying to figure out if he needs to go help with anything or not.
Coach Perrell likely not happy with the explanation he was given, and you can't blame him, as it did appear that Hara beat the ball from the shortstop, and that's that speed we were talking about. Anything to the left side, and Hara's got a shot. Late in this ball game, maybe Coach Perrell's frustration of the early part of the season kind of boiling over there. Oilers not getting a break, and now have 2 outs, down 3-1 in the bottom of inning number 7.
Pete Jorgen stepping in, looking to run into something here, trying to put the barrel on ball. It's a ball outside.
And the Oilers have scored with 2 outs quite a bit this season, actually, versus Ashland a few days ago, scored 6 runs, all with 2 outs. So.
And there's a slow roller to the shortstop. Shortstop digs, makes the throw to first. No, he's saved.
And maybe a bit of a absolutely, there. Joe. I'm going to say that's definitely what happened. Not usually going to get that call. Jorgen clearly out by a few steps, but saying the first baseman pulled his foot, I think the umpire realizes his mistake from the hit here for John Schallenberger with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th.
Steve Perrell might have put that umpire back on his Christmas card list. That might have been a good makeup call there. Oilers down 3-1. Pete Jorgen there on first base. Senior John Schallenberger coming to the plate. Getting the wind behind us here, blowing out straight away and left field. John Schallenberger does have some home run power to run into one. Anything to keep this inning alive, though, would be good for the Oilers here. Jorgen takes his lead off at first base. First pitch is the ball outside. Pete Jorgen and I were talking yesterday. If he keeps hustling down the first base, he's going to get calls like that. Shortstop's going to rush some throws, and in that case, that might have been what happened. John steps in here. Nice pitch there by Simakaitis. Right across the plate. Schallenberger did not offer up for that one.
We're getting a little back and forth from both dugouts. I think each team feels like they've been slighted this inning.
That's 2 strikes now, and and have to step up, see what he can do here if the Oilers want to keep this alive. 1-2 count, 2 outs here. Oilers are down 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Ball outside. Pushes the count to 2-2.
Triton's dugout didn't like the call. Head coach did not like the call, but it was indeed a ball. A couple balls off the plate, so good call from the home plate umpire on that pitch.
That's ball high. That pushes the count to 3-2.
In full count here, you're going to see Jorgen off with the pitch. So a ball to the gap would score Jorgen, but we don't need that. Just need Schallenberger on base here with 2 outs.
Yep. See who doesn't need it here. Chase Boulette on deck here for the Findlay Oilers. Slow roller back to the pitcher. Pitcher comes off, makes the throw to first base. That's going to end the game. Oilers lose both games in the doubleheader. That game they lost 3-1. And again, Kyle, runners left on base, hits with 2 outs, and the scoring runners in scoring position is going to be a story for the Oilers this year.
Absolutely. In this ball game today, with runners on base, Joe, the Oilers just 1 for 11, and with runners in scoring position 0 for 9. So not the production that you need to win a ball game, and it shows as they lose the doubleheader to a pretty solid Missouri St. Louis Triton squad.
Pushes the Oilers' record to 2-6 on the early season. They've got a doubleheader tomorrow morning. 9:15 first pitch tomorrow morning. Back here in a second with some stats for the Findlay Oilers.
Joey, I put all those balls in the book bag.
And for the Oilers, the starting pitcher, Mayberry, takes the loss, went 6 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned. Again, the big play of the game was on a potential sacrifice bunt from the Tritons, and Mason Mayberry threw the ball past first base and into right field, allowing the runner from first to score and putting the hitter on second base. So that was a 2-run inning, and again, a pretty good start from Mayberry. Struck out 7 in this ball game, but just not enough offense as the Oilers finished with just 1 run on 3 hits. Findlay did make 2 errors, and as Joe mentioned, this season is now 2-6 for Findlay, and not the way Coach Perrell wanted this season to begin.
Yeah, Kyle, this is one of those things that just this early in the year, it just looks like we're going to have to figure out how to get bat on ball and score runs when we need to. Our batting average with runners in scoring position, hitting with 2 outs is not where we want it to be at right now. I know it's early. We're only 8 games in, but the Oilers' first home game is March 18th, and they start really counting at that point when you're in conference play. Doubleheader tomorrow morning, starting at 9:15. We've got headed back to Lake Myrtle. We will be live on air maybe about 9:10, 9:15 or so whenever first pitch is getting ready to get underway. My name's Joe Mayberry for Kyle Neerman. Oilers lose 2 tough ones today. Record falls 2-6.